You know, we were told, were we not, by Prince Harry, just how well his wife, the cable TV actress Meghan Markle, got on so well with our late and brilliant monarch, Her Majesty the Queen. Apparently, when she first met the Queen, even the corgis liked her, which must have been something of an undertaking because, as we saw in many different videos, certain people the corgis certainly didn't take to. And you know what they say, animals are a really good judge of character, but there's no actual filmic evidence that Meghan got on with the corgis. I'd love to have a chat with them, wouldn't you? Maybe we need to rope in the Duchess of York to get the lowdown. Yes, you know, she's looking after them. Doing a splendid job, by the way, Mum, of looking after the Queen's wonderful dogs. I think it's very nice that they've actually gone to a home and remained in somewhere that they know, you know, so it must be nice for them. I'm sure they miss her though. But the bigger problem is this, you see. Meghan apparently fell foul of one of the golden rules that you really should not do when you are in conversation with somebody of a senior level. And there was nobody more senior than our late and brilliant monarch, Her Majesty the Queen. This one is truly a beauty. As ever, let me explain. Hi, lovely to see you. Thank you so much as ever for your time today. By the way, the other day I mentioned the word radiogram and a lot of people wrote and said, oh, I remember that. I asked somebody in the offices where I work and said, you know, they didn't know what you meant. Radiogram, didn't know what it, you know, so I showed them it. And they're looking, why would anybody want that in their house? Lovely bit of furniture, wasn't it? And you could put the lid down, put a few plants on, you know, that sort of stuff. And do you remember when you had a section for your vinyl records, then the radio, then the record player, but you could never get the dust out the edges, could you? Yes, I know, it didn't matter what you did really, did it? But it just makes you laugh because what we considered furniture, people now just, oh, I wouldn't want that. And you think, well, it still looks quite nice. Is it an age thing? Have you still got your radiogram and do you play it? Yes. Let me know, seriously, let me know. And if you can send a picture, send it. We'll have radiogram wars, why not? But it's always nice to have those things, isn't it? Back as ever to your royal story of the day. Yes, Meghan and the Queen, well, you know, she claims that they got on incredibly well, even though she offended her greatly with that terrible curtsy, if you remember, on her Netflix docu-series. And, you know, I thought it was personally appalling. I can see what she was trying to do in many respects, but truly, truly backfired. Now, as we know, Meghan Markle is no fan of Trump, President Trump, the 45th President of the United States. But what I can tell you is that the Queen absolutely found Donald Trump delightful in a fun sort of way, a non-political way. What she quite liked about him was the fact that he literally was like a schoolboy around her, so in awe of her, and rightly so. You know, he said he couldn't quite believe it. She was a woman of immense wisdom, and, you know, he just liked her. It must have taken a lot to for somebody like Donald to have his wind taken away, as it were. And as we saw when they were walking down inspecting the guards, the Queen basically had to take him in hand, did she not? Now, when she was talking to Meghan, and this is from an excellent source, let me tell you, apparently, you know, they got onto the thorny topic of politics, and she said that, you know, yes, she'd met Donald Trump. And apparently Meghan went to something of a tirade and, you know, basically let her political views known. As ever, we have to say, allegedly. Apparently the Queen was absolutely stunned by this because she was talking about him as a person, not as a political person. And she very nicely schooled the conversation back to, well, you know, he was polite, he was on time, he was this. Apparently the Queen and Melania got on incredibly well, as did, of course, the late Prince Philip. Naturally, Melania is a beautiful woman, very respectful, one would imagine. And of course, you have to think that this is coming from a brilliant source who was there at the time. Apparently at this point, that's when Her Majesty the Queen realised that Meghan politically could be something of a firebomb. And if you remember, when President Trump came over to London and there was an opportunity to represent the royal family on the world stage, suddenly Meghan felt ill. And Prince Harry had to attend alone, speaking, of course, to President Trump's daughter, Ivana, and getting on very well, you know, not Ivana, Ivanka, sorry, and, you know, getting on very well. And what was interesting about this is the fact that clearly, whatever Meghan's story that she decides to come out into the future, the true story is this, that the Queen totally understood the type of woman Meghan was. Even if Prince Harry couldn't grasp it and he ended up turning to that event alone, apparently afterwards she said to Prince Harry, what a shame that Meghan couldn't be here to greet the President of the United States, given she's an American. That tells you everything you need to know. Am I right? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.